So question 2 is, how effective is the combination of our main media product, which is our trailer, and our ancillary text? So I'm going to start off with our poster. So with our poster, I started off with this one here, where basically I had them in a city landscape. They were wearing the costume, and the background is the actual background of Canary Wharf, but I thought they were smiling too much. So I went for this one here, where I have my 4 main characters. I've got them with a more serious expression, and I thought this was a better photo because our characters, as well as being all in costume, which is perfect. We've got our female in her dress still. We have all our males wearing suits, and our techie wearing a slightly more dressed down appearance. I felt that worked very well there. But with this more serious expression, it's slightly more ambiguous, and I put them all together and put them on a background like so. Here with this more serious expression, I felt the poster worked much better. I decided to tint it blue because for this kind of poster, for a heist, they are very glossy posters, but they're not going to be all gritty and brown or grey and black like an urban. So you have bright colours. We've got the blue here, and we've got the red lipstick sticking out. Now, I wanted to see what it would look like if I went for red, because I wanted to try and make it match to the trailer, because the trailer has red titles, and I wanted to see if I could include something like that for the posters. But I tried red; it did not work. It made them look angry, whereas the blue made them look suave. It made them look calm. It made them look collected. So then I played around with moving the elements around, and my final poster ended up with me having a slight twist by having the text not completely straight but actually slightly tilted, and I felt that worked well. As they're making this their own world basically. We have our characters also slightly slanted. We have the red for Greed the movie. We have the red lipstick, and I felt that those things they were enough to have that little bit of red from the trailer, but at the same time it's a very glossy look. We have them almost shining, which I felt worked well. We have the buildings in the background, the locations there, costumes still there. They're in character, and the lighting once again here, it's high key for our characters. It's not so high key in the background, but I deliberately made it slightly less high key because I want our characters to be the main focus here. If I were going to improve it, I would possibly try it in landscape. Maybe if I had some kind of red background, that might have worked, but the text is still similar. I have the 2 logos at the bottom, but I would have taken a sharper photo, because the photo, but it's actually slightly out of focus for the characters in the background. So we have our main guy in the front and our 3 people in the background, and they look slightly blurry, but at the same time it does work because it does show us that our main actor is there in the foreground and he is important. I also took it from a low angle shot, and the reason I did that is because despite our main guy being relatively short, because of the low angle shot, he actually looks tall. It makes him look more important, and I felt that worked pretty well. Right, so for the other part of question 2, I'm going to talk about my magazine cover. So for the magazine cover, I chose the best thing to do was to choose one of our actors, and I chose Godfrey, who you can see here, and I've chosen him as I thought that basically he was our main character, and I've done this as if he was a huge actor, which would be recognized by basically anyone. So to keep it in line with the film, to make it a combination of the film and my final cover, I decided that one of the most important things would be to make sure that the character was in character, he was in costume. So I decided that, here we go, you can see him, he's basically wearing a suit, and another one of the important things was to make sure that Greed was displayed prominently in the magazine, so it's there right in the middle. It's probably after the title, it's probably the first thing that will catch your eyes, that just says Greed there. And I've chosen the background to be a casino background, although there's no actual casino stuff in the magazine. It's what would be most associated with the heist. It's what I thought, after several attempts, I thought worked best I tried using vaults, like bank vaults, and they were not recognizable enough. I also tried doing just simple plain red backgrounds, and this was the one that I thought worked best. That the blue contrasted well with the red in the Cinescope and in the Greed, and the red's there once again from the poster. It's there once again. Greed is in red. Hot, there we've got hot film previews, and hot is in red as well. I put the background as blue because once again it's glossy, it's shiny. It was originally just a normal roulette wheel. I added the blue. I made it to look as hyper realistic as it does now in the background because I thought that it looks good, it looks professional, it looks glossy, and it matches the same kind of style. Another alternative I had was of using a full-length picture of Godfrey, which can be seen here. And I thought it was better in the sense that you could see more of the costume, but worse in the sense that as I was trying to market it as the actor, I felt that we needed to see his face more. And the good thing about this one was that it did have a briefcase. So if I had to change the post, I would have tried and got this shot in there, but with different costume, because it's basically the coat. It's black, and when I tried putting it on my magazine cover, it was just too overpowering. It just contrasted too much to the rest of it, and it made him seem out of place. I would ideally have liked to use him. I could also have tried a group shot, but because I went for the idea of the actor being the recognizable person, and the reason for people to go and watch the film, as well as it being a heist, the fact that it has a recognizable actor, I thought that that was a good decision.